Good morning. I'm Lamar Alexander, Chairman of the Senate's Health Committee. I'm going to make a brief statement, and then I'm going to ask my colleagues here from the Senate and the House to each make statements. You know them, but they'll introduce themselves. Senator Collins will follow me, and then I'll step back up and see if you have questions of me or any of the other senators or members of Congress. Nothing is more important to Americans than health care, and nothing is more frightening than the prospect of not being able to afford health insurance, which is the case for a growing number of Americans. We're talking today about the plumber who makes $60,000, who pays for all of his own insurance, and whose insurance bill is $20,000. And we're talking about a proposal that was developed in a bipartisan way that would reduce his insurance rates by 40%, or take the $20,000 premium down to $12,000. We're talking about Marty, the farmer in Tennessee, who told me recently her insurance had gone from $300 a month to $1,300 a month. We would reduce her rates by 40%, according to Oliver Wyman Consulting. We're talking about 9 million Americans who get no subsidy to help buy their insurance, whose premiums are skyrocketing, and we propose to reduce their rates by 40%. I said we've developed this in a bipartisan way. We had bipartisan hearings in the Health Committee. More than half the members of the United States Senate attended the hearings or coffees in connection with that. All of the principles in our proposal have broad bipartisan support. They include regulatory reform, the 1332 innovation waiver. They include 3 years of cost-sharing subsidies to pay for deductibles for low-income Americans. They include 3 years of $10 billion a year reinsurance. Representative Costello, Senator Collins especially have pushed that, allowing states to take the sickest Americans, pay for their bills, and reduce the rates for everybody else. It includes $1 billion a year more for New York State, $130 million more for the state of Minnesota. It includes a change so New Hampshire can mix its Obamacare and Medicare savings that would apply to all states. Our proposal is supported by the President of the United States, by the Speaker of the House, by the Majority Leader of the Senate, by most governors, by most insurance commissioners, and it's being blocked in the omnibus bill for one reason and one reason alone, and that is that Democrats refuse to apply the Hyde Compromise on abortion funding that has been in every appropriations bill since 1976 and applies to virtually all other health care spendings. They insist on the so-called Stupak language, which they were able to pass when they had a Democratic president, 60 Democratic senators, and a Democratic House. So our hope is that this will be in the omnibus bill. We want Americans to look ahead to October 1 when the rates are announced. We want them to know we have a proposal that will lower your rates by 40%, and we'd like for them to be able to see who voted for that and who voted against that. Senator Collins.